Hello everyone, welcome back for Tutorial Thursday. Today's mani is going to be on November's MXM plates, and it's this cute little winter mani. We're going to go ahead and go over all of the products used today, and we're going to start with the plates. We're going to use MXM 084 for this image right here. MXM 115, MXM 116, and these two are November's Mani Me plates. And as you can see, its primary theme is Christmas, but you can do so much more with it than just Christmas theme. Okay, and now we're going to go over the polishes used. I used Queen's Stamping Polish White, Pure White, and Queen's Stamping Polish Blackjack. We used Maniologys Frozen B316, Maniologys North Pole B459, Maniologys Twinkle Toes B497, as well as these are all three Maniology polishes as well. We've got Greyjoy B181, Front Page B462, and Delirium B233. We used Revlon In the Woods 859. I used LA Colors Glow in the Dark Thunder, though I don't know if you can actually see the glow or not. It's just what I used. We're going to use LA Colors Mod from Color Craze. LA Colors Color Craze Mindful. And on the base we have OPI Check Out the Old Geysers. That's the name. And we have Salon Perfect She's a Star. Then we used Maniologys Sticky Base, Maniologys Smudge Free, as well as OPI Matte Top Coat. Okay, to get into what we did here, the only reason we even use this plate for this image is to put a white base underneath the glitters She's a Star from Salon Perfect, because this is too translucent to get that snow effect. So you need to have a white base underneath. So you go ahead and grab your white stamping polish. You can use another brand other than Queen. I'm just using my Queen one because it's one more bottle that's in my drawer. And it's the cheaper one of the two, and it works just fine out of the ones I've got. So it just helps me clean up some space. And we're going to go ahead and apply, scrape, and pick up. Clean up around the edges because we don't want it on our fingers or any images that was not intended on our nails. So grab yourself your lint roller, sticky station, tape, whatever things you use. We're going to go ahead and do these two nails with it. So we want to go across the tip of the middle nail, like so. And we want to go across the tip of the ring finger, like so. And if you miss some on the edges, don't worry, you can go back in with the remnants. And we're just trying to get a snow pile kind of look, like a snowy ground. Okay. And now we're going to go in with Salon Perfect's She's a Star. And this stuff is very thick, so it's going to be a little rough to work with. If you don't feel like you can do it with just the brush, go in with a nail art brush. to do it very thinly. This stuff is very thick though, so it's kind of hard to spread. And just go over the white areas. Like so. Now, if you're wondering why my nails are so thick, they were longer. I had extensions on and I broke one, so I cut them down. And I haven't filed them the thickness down yet. I will when I go to redo the extensions. I haven't had time. The youngest has been sick and out of school, and I've been taking care of him, you know, this last few days, and I haven't had the time to do any nail stuff. So this is the first time I've had the chance to do anything with my nails at all. But just like so. A nice, pretty snow look. So, now I only needed 2 coats of this OPI for the bottom color. Okay, so now that we've done that, we need to let's clean up this plate. Excuse me, got some congestion going. And that's literally all you need the plate for. It's just those 2 nails to do the white. And if you have something similar to this, you don't necessarily need to use this plate exactly. If you have an image similar to where you can do the kind of choppy look like that, then go ahead and use that instead. I know there's many other different plates that have similar images. In fact, Cad's has a few as well. So, you know, you don't necessarily need to use that exact one. That's just the easiest one for me to use for that particular method. And you can just paint it on, even if you want. Just take the brush and paint a jagged edge. You don't necessarily need a stamping plate. That just makes it a little easier and a little faster. Alright, there it is. Get your black stamping polish. Once again, it doesn't necessarily need to be Queen. It can be a different brand as long as you get a nice opaque black stamping polish. Scrape and pick up. Now we're going to be doing a lot of isolating images, and this is going to be another one of those moments where we're going to isolate the image. We're going to go in and we're going to clean up all around this lovely little cabin. And I just messed up, so we're going to do it again.
Which that's okay.
Yes, that's okay. It happens. We're going to have extra commentary by the looks of it today because my children are home from school. Not because they're sick, just they don't have school today. It's the day after Halloween, and apparently where we live, that's normal for them to not have school the day after Halloween. Not something we had as kids, but they get that benefit. Robbie, can you go turn Kyle's World Party back on, please?
Sure.
Thank you. So, if you hear them in the background, or if you hear my 7-year-old having commentary, it's just because they're home.
I'm back.
Yep. Hey, buddy. So, we're going to go in and we're going to clean up around this nice little cabin.
And try not to ruin it again.
Yeah, and try not to ruin it again. Mom accidentally,
The other time.
Yeah, I took part of the roof. I didn't mean to, but I took part of the roof. Uh-oh. Sticking the tape to myself. Okay. Oh, thank goodness it was dry enough that I didn't pull the polish up. Okay. So we're going to do some coloring in here. We're going to do some reverse stamping.
With 5-bit.
That is one of them, yes. But we're going to start with this one. The glow in the dark. Because the windows are the hardest one to fill in without the other colors interfering. So we're going to go in with our glow-in-the-dark color, and we're just going to dab it into the windows of the cabin. And then we clean off our brush, and that's all we need to do. Can you put that one back in the rack for Mama? Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Alright, and another one, we're going to go in with our mod from LA Colors, the Color Craze series. And, whoa, hi Leia.
Yep, hi Princess.
And we're going to go ahead and fill in the chimney. And that's all we needed that gray for. You know where that one goes, buddy?
I think so.
Right over here. See that shelf?
Yes.
Alright, there you go. Thank you.
I didn't see the LE colors from right here.
Well, LA Colors, yeah. That's
I'm trying to find the shape of it.
Well, yeah, that's the rack that has all of Mama's LA Colors in it. And then we're going to go in with Mindful in on the door of the cabin. Yes, Leia, I love you too, sweetie.
Yes.
Buddy, I understand you want to pet her, but you're making her move around too much in my lap.
Okay.
And this is difficult enough as it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was just trying to give Leia some love.
I know you were. I know. She's being needy, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's something that she wants.
I'll go check their food and water.
She probably wants food. They were low yesterday.
Oh my gosh. She's hungry.
I'll feed her after I'm done recording.
They have zero
She's
food.
not starving to death. She just thinks that she is. All right. Thank you, buddy.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. You found it. All right.
I was trying to find the space.
We're going to take the white and we're going to put it on the roof. And we're going to go in just on the edge here. And fill in this roof because those little lines indicate the roof has been snowed on, and it's winter time, and usually there's snow with Christmas. Not everywhere gets snow, but generally when you think Christmas, you're thinking snow and evergreen trees with snow and frost and things like that. Whoa! Okay, we're good. We're good.
I've had that happen before. Don't worry, guys. Because I've dropped my polish before when they're open and phew, it didn't spill. None of them.
Yeah.
That's a thank goodness.
Yes. Doesn't mean that it can't spill. Right.
Yep.
But I've got a cat in my lap making it very hard to move and do stuff.
Yes.
She's being very clingy. Alright.
And
Now that we've
she's
filled-
probably hungry.
Yes, she thinks she's starving to death. She hasn't been out of food for very long, but she thinks she's starving to death. Alright, now we're going to go in with the In the Woods for the rest of the cabin. Yes, Leia, I love you too,
And
sweetheart.
be very careful not to get any on the roof or the door, because it could mess it up.
Well, depending on the opaqueness of the polish. If it's a very sheer polish, yeah, you could see it through it. But these are not. So
if you're using...
you're more
a
likely, yeah, you're more likely to have problems with, if you're not too careful with the brush, of it messing up the lines of the image. You kind of want to float the polish on. You don't necessarily want to touch it directly to the stamper head. You don't, just very gently float it on. Because if you touch it directly to the stamper head, you could
mess up the lines.
Yeah, you could mess up the lines.
I've had that happen before.
I've yet to see you do any reverse stamping, kiddo.
Well, I tried to do a reverse stamping with my plate of the cupcake. But it doesn't make...
Yeah, it takes time. It takes time to learn. There's a learning curve to it, buddy. You just started stamping. So
Yep.
that's very new to you. You haven't done all that kind of stuff yet for very long. You've always had Mommy do your nails instead of you doing your own. You just started doing your own.
Yes.
Okay.
Right here.
No.
Right there. Right there.
Mm-mm.
What's this face?
It's right next to that green one.
Oh.
Yep, right there. All right, good job. All right, so we're going to set that aside for a moment and let that dry.
Yes. While we're waiting, we can start doing another one if you're doing both hands.
Well, we're actually going to start working on the trees on the ring finger where I've got the deer. So we want, okay, this is where we're going to have our grays. And we're going to use this little tree over here on this image. This is where these plates are going to have their versatility shown off. Most people would just do your basic like ugly sweater Manny or something like that with the Christmas images, but there's so much more versatility to it than that. Say you're not into Christmas stuff. I'm generally not into the Christmas Manny look. I'll go ahead and take this tree and put it off to the side. Like so. Are you having fun, Leia? Can you sit still?
Yes.
You're wiggling around all over in my lap, sweetie. I love you too. You're a little wiggle worm. I know my lap's not as big as Daddy's. I'm sorry. I can't help that. Yes, I love you too, princess.
Guys, I'll be right back, okay?
Oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna go in with Greyjoy, and we're gonna go ahead and take this tree over here.
I know what it feels like.
Robbie.
Oh,
No, she's already comfortable in my lap. Go put my blanket back. Thank you. Children. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and clean off around the image. And we're going to go ahead and stuff this right next to this tree right here, like so.
And voila.
Yes, and voila. Okay, so now we're going to go in with front page. We're going to take this tree image right over here. If you need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. Don't be dancing around next to me. What? He's too interested in what I'm doing and not enough on his own body. My child. And then we're just going to go ahead and take it off to the opposite side and place it like so. These will be easier to see once we top coat with the matte top coat. It'll become a lot more easier to see. Like on this hand right here. Okay, so this cabin should be dry enough now that we can go in with our sticky base on our middle finger and apply that. Go wash your hands more thoroughly than that. 3 seconds under the water is not washing your hands. Child. Do the whole alphabet. Trying to keep these kids healthy is a challenge, and this is part of the reason why. Alright, let's let this sticky base dry enough that it's not going to smear the image. Our nice little log cabin here. Let's see if we can get a good view of it. Yes, Leia, I love you too. Peach, what are you chewing on now? You better not be chewing on the kids' stuff. My children and my furry children. They are all getting themselves into trouble. Okay, so we should be good now. And just slightly off to the side, we're going to go ahead and place our little log cabin and stamp it down. Ooh, that was a close one. It definitely moved the polish a little bit. Which I should have waited just a little longer. It'd be alright. It'll be okay. And then, of course, take your cleanup brush and get any that got on your skin off. Clean up around those edges. Now, originally, this design was done for longer nails. As stated, I accidentally broke one and just cut them short because I was taking care of the youngest who was not feeling good. He had some kind of stomach bug or something related to him being on antibiotics recently, but this was what I'd originally done. We had this kind of snowflakes and log cabin with a deer in the front, and it had more trees and even had one more color originally, and then of course the other two were snowflakes as well. So, you know, it was originally a little different from what it is now. I just kind of shortened the version of what it is, so as to make things a little easier. Okay, so here we have delirium. We're going to go in with delirium again on the same image as last time, and we're going to set it next to our cabin, that same tree. Okay, I forgot I had two stampers out. Pick up, and then we're going to isolate the image. Be very careful not to accidentally pick up the tree.
That's what I was about before. But that's okay.
And then up next to our log cabin, we'll go in with our tree. Okay, and now we want to go back in with our black. And we're going to pick up this lovely deer right here.
Mom, don't forget to clean the plate.
I will. Actually, we're going to do this one because the deer is going towards the cabin. And I used the other one last time. So we're going to do the other one that's facing the other direction. So that way we keep to the theme of it going towards the cabin. And then we'll isolate the image before stamping it on. Robbie, I know you're trying to help, buddy, but
there's a piece of tape.
Yeah, it may not be a big enough piece. We'll see. Alright. Now we're going to go in around the deer. And we're going to isolate that image. Now we only did the one reverse stamping. Everything else, we do a lot of isolating of images. And we're going to go in, stamp across like so. Okay. Clean the plate.
Yep. You always want to clean your plate.
Yes. All right. Now we're going to go in with this lovely snowflake right up here. And we're going to use Twinkle Toes, which should be released to the public here soon. A lot of people have been saying the beginning of December. I don't know. It might be it might be sometime here in this month, here in November. But I don't know for sure. I haven't seen or heard anything on a launch date yet, but this was originally from the Box of Joy. However, they will have the polishes and we're going to go ahead and stamp this off to the corner. The polishes and the plates will become available later on. They are not exclusive to that box. No, it's sold out. They don't have any more of the Box of Joy. So if you didn't get it, you will. If you want to get it, you're going to have to look for it secondhand, and you're probably going to be paying a premium for it because, you know, it's a limited edition and other people had already purchased it. So keep that in mind if you want any of its exclusive items. In fact, I'm using one of its exclusive items. It's this cleanup brush with the stamper on the end, but you're getting it for just the fact that it's blue and not.
And if you use a polish like this,
Robert,
it might stain your stamper.
Yes, Robbie, I've already done that in a video. Please go find something else to do at this point. This is one that you can get anytime on the site. They sell it all year round. It's the same thing, except it has clear gemstones in it and not blue glitter. It's the only difference. So, where was I? I apologize. Like I said, kids are home, so I'm sidetracked. So things are gonna kind of going off the rail here. Okay, so we will need our other plate. Okay, so you may not have realized it, but this plate has lots of little snowflakes all around on it. And they're cute. They're cute little snowflakes. So that's what we're going to be using now, is we're going to go in with some of these adorable little snowflakes in various colors. Now this one, oop, I grabbed the wrong one. This is Twinkle Toes. This one is North Pole, which they released as one of their winter collections. Actually, it may have been in last year's Christmas box, now that I think about it. The very first Christmas box. Yes. So this was in last year's Christmas box, and it is already on the site available to purchase. I did not purchase the box. I didn't really care for its exclusives. I didn't really feel it was worth the price that they were asking. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people who loved it. I personally did not feel that it was worth the price that was asked. That's just me. So we go in and I'm going to stamp this kind of off to the side. And I'm also going to grab Frozen. And we're going to grab this snowflake over here. And just kind of go in with it randomly with these three colors. You don't necessarily need to do it exactly the same as what I'm doing it now. In fact, I'm doing it slightly different from what I did on the other hand. Because it's just random placement of snowflakes and those three colors to give it a nice wintry, icy feel. I don't mind you being over here, buddy, just as long as you're not trying to take over here, bud, okay? And there's a cat hair.
Well, that can happen.
Yes.
If you have cats.
Or dogs or any other furry pet, that can happen. So.
A rat is another example.
Yes, that is another example. So, debating whether I want to add any more snowflakes than that. I had 4 on the other hand, but I think that actually doesn't look too bad the way it is. So, we're going to go in on the other fingers. I'm going to go back to the original plate with that nice, lovely big snowflake right there. And we're going to go in with Frozen on this one. Like I said, just keep it random. You don't necessarily need to use the exact same order and exact same snowflakes as what I am. Just choose whatever you like.
Yeah, you can be creative.
Yes, this
like
is
art.
well, that's what this is essentially. This is art that you wear. That's not permanent like tattoos. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go off to the side like so. Clean up our plate. And let's go in with...
Twinkle Toes?
Nope, this one's North Pole.
Ah, sorry, North Pole.
Twinkle Toes is the darker blue, buddy. You'll learn it eventually.
It's just they're so similar.
Well, in the bottle, they are kind of similar looking. I can understand the confusion on that. They are similar looking in the bottle. Outside of the bottle, they are actually very different looking. And that's the next video I need to work on. Is somebody had requested that I do the polishes from this box, from November's Mani Me box, a comparison video. And I will get to that. Don't worry, guys. I will get to that. Alright, just kind of off to the side. And then we're going to go in with Twinkle Toes. That's next. And we're going to do this lovely little snowflake up here. Scrape. Pick up. Grab whatever sticky cleaning source you use on your stampers to clean up the edges. Isolate your image. And the peanut gallery needs to quiet down. Alright, go ahead and stamp that above. A nice lovely snowflakes. And if you're not using your Pokemon cards, buddy, you need to go clean them up.
Okay.
Thank you. You don't want them to get damaged, do you? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we don't leave them out for your brother or the cats to get a hold of.
Well, especially Kyle, because Kyle loves Pokemon cards.
He does love Pokemon cards, and he is notorious for bending them, which you don't want that to happen. So make sure you clean them up when you're not using them. Okay, so off to the last one. We're going to get XM116 again, and we're going to go in with that same snowflake, and we're going to go ahead and use North Pole. And we're going to isolate around the image again. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go up into this corner and use part of the image. Clean up around the nail where we went over. You can always use liquid latex or a barrier if you don't want to do as much cleanup.
Yes.
You know, if you don't want as much exposure to acetone and things like that, that is a way to help prevent
Cleanup.
the exposure to the acetone. Yes, Robbie. So, we want to go in with our Twinkle Toes, and we're going to go ahead and grab the other plate. We are almost done. We are on the last nail, and then we can go into our top coat. And we can go ahead and go in with this lovely image right here. I love that little snowflake. It's so cute. Alright. Just like before, we're going to go in and we're going to isolate our image. Get all the little excess stuff that we don't want to be on our nail. And we're going to go ahead and just off to the side, stamp. And then our last one before we do our cleanup, we're going to go down here on this little snowflake right here. And we're going to go in with Frozen. Pick up. Don't have as much to isolate around it. So we're going to go in and do our cleanup. I'll get some blue up there on the edge that I missed before. And a white bit there. Okay, so just go in, stamp down below on that corner, and then we go into our top coat. Make sure everything's tapped down. Clean your plates. You do not want to leave polish on it.
Because they're very dirty.
Alright. Clean up the plate. So now we are down to the top coat. We'll go in with our smudge free. Top coat all 5 nails, or all 10 I guess technically would be what you guys would be doing. In my case it's 5 because I already did the other hand to show you the mani that we are doing. And top coat. And I guess this is a good example of how you can even shorten, you know, you could do the same kind of design on a short nail as well as a long nail. Like I said, I originally did this design for, when I decided to test it, I originally did it for longer nails, and because my nails were longer. But I did it in a way that it could be done on shorter nails. You know, not everybody has long nails, and some people just want to do a design on shorter nails because that's what they have. So, you know, not everybody does extensions or press-ons or have natural nails that are long, that are beautiful and long and all of that. So I understand, and I guess that this gave a good opportunity to do a shorter set. So we're going to let that dry a little bit, and once it's dry enough, we will go in with our matte top coat. Robbie, I know you're trying to help, buddy. Please stop.
There's the lid for that.
Yes. Mama's going to need that again here in a little while because I need to do a swatch comparison on the Winterberry and Spearmint.
Okay.
So we will get to that in a little bit. So let's go ahead and put these grays away, and blues and all that. Yeah, you can go ahead and sit those in the drawer, buddy. Mommy doesn't need those anymore. Give me just a second. I gotta put these blues where they go.
This is great. Yes, this is probably great.
Yes, that's where it goes, buddy.
Both of them?
Yes, they all go in that drawer. Okay. Gently close it. Good grief. Okay, so we're going to go in with our matte top coat.
And if you don't want to use matte top coat, there's another type of brand that is like that, but
You're thinking of something totally different, kiddo. This is not a smudge-free top coat. This is just a matte top coat's different from smudge-free. You're thinking of something totally different. And I've already gone over that brand for smudge-free, Robbie. Put it back, please.
which is this.
Robert, what did I just tell you? I'd asked you to put it back and that I had already been over it. Thank you. You can keep it glossy or matte. He's still learning. And he's being a little bit rude. Yes, don't give me that look. You are. So that's all you got left to do is the matte top coat. And I still somehow missed a little bit of the log cabin. Sometimes when you get little divots in there and things like that, it's kind of hard to actually fill in all of it. So, adding a nice thicker layer of glossy can help prevent that from happening. But I don't want you guys to have to wait through every layer of top coat and it's dry time. So we are in the home stretch, guys. We are in the home stretch. So yeah, don't mind the thickness of my thumbs. Like I said, I had to shorten them and I did not take the bulk down, which I will. When I get a moment to, I will. But that's all there is to it. It's nice and simple. There's only one reverse stamp in the whole thing. So it's pretty easy. The hardest part of this, it really is just isolating the images, and you don't have to do Christmas with this. You can do so much more. You could do fall. There's a lot of woodland creatures in this that would do well with fall colors and doing a fall mani with it. What are you doing, Robbie?
Looking at it.
Okay. So bear in mind that there's so much more that you could do with these guys. You could do winter, you can do fall, you can do Christmas. So even if Christmas is not your jam, there's a lot more you can do with these. So, you know, keep that in mind. And that's all for this mani tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this helped give you some inspiration, and I will start the Christmas manis here before too much longer. Right now I want to go back into some fall manis and do one Thanksgiving mani for you guys now that we're in November. So I did have a mani request as well for last year's November box. At least I'm pretty sure they haven't confirmed, but I'm pretty sure that's the one that we're talking about. And I will also be doing that here in the near future. So stay tuned for that. And thank you all for watching. I hope you've had a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be while you're watching. And until next time, bye.